Hey YouTube, Mark Kaufman here, and today I want to talk to you about the Spyderco Byrd Robin and why this is the kind of setup you should probably buy when you are buying a Spyderco Byrd knife or any of those knives in their line. And I'm going to explain my reasoning. So first off, I want to tell you that this is not my first Robin. I used to have a stainless steel one and I absolutely loved the thing. It was fantastic in the pocket. I didn't actually keep the clip on it like this one. That one I actually kept in my back pocket and just let it roll around in there, and I also threw it with my keys and had no real issues with it. But the knife itself is a fantastic knife, especially Spyderco treats their HCR 13 MOV perfectly. I have actually found it to perform better than CRKT, better than K-Bar, better than a bunch of other brands out there. It really is done right, and that's why I keep buying a Byrd. Now this one here is in the all black PVD. Now the reason why I think this and the G10 model are the ones to buy, especially the FRN, but I feel like the FRN feels a little cheap for the money you pay for it. This one feels a little more premium, especially since it's all stainless steel, is because you can actually disassemble this. Now mine, however, I was able to remove this screw, this pivot screw, but I was unable to, I was able to remove this one and this one, but I was unable to remove this screw. The reason why I wanted to is because this cap is a little higher and not as flush as the others, and it ended up being a free spinning one, which I'm pretty sure the reason why that is because the spring is back here. But I'm pretty sure with a few tweaks and maybe heating this up to get rid of that Loctite, I'm pretty sure you could get that unscrewed and then you could disassemble the knife if you had to in a pinch. It's not gonna be as easy as you might think to disassemble this knife, but you can do it to get it properly cleaned. The reason why I bought it is because I felt it would be nice versus the stainless steel one to be able to tighten up at least my pivot. If it gets looser, I can at least tighten it up. If it gets a little too tight, I could at least tighten it up. And that's the reason why I bought this one. Now, the stainless steel one, there's no problems with that one, but it's just if that starts getting loose on you, there's nothing you can do. And I mean, there really is nothing you can do. There's no pins, nothing. It's all pressed together with pins and you're done. It's a done product. So this one, you have a little bit of leeway on it. Plus, I think the black looks pretty cool. It looks a little combative. They do make this in the Metal Arc in all black, then they also make it in the Cara all black, and then the Robin all black. And I think it looks really good. It's actually more of a matte black. I was afraid it was going to be like a shiny, like metallic black color. And I will tell you this definitely does show smudges, but you can clean those off easy with a rag. But it will show scratches, it will show wear, but that's the other reason why I bought this. I wanted to show some battle scars in use. Now, the thing that I love about this versus the Dragonfly is I prefer this shape of blade. It's a little thinner. I love this forward choil. The way this feels in the hand feels fantastic. The action on it, I mean, the lock is fantastic. I mean, it's a very strong lock. All the parts match up perfectly, no problems. I mean, for the money, it's fantastic. Now, the clip is exactly like the Spyderco clip minus the stamping. I mean, it's got the same amount of tension, everything. Now, you're probably wondering, why, Mark, do you have this tip down? The reason why is when I pull it out, I usually grab it by the hole there and then fling it out like that. So, and if I'm not doing that, I'm usually slow rolling it, but if I had to do it quickly, I can just do that flick. There we go. But you really have to put a lot of pressure towards that. The other reason why I have it tipped down is because it looks really ugly the other way around. This hole is just an empty space. If the lanyard hole was down here, I would have liked that a little more, but I understand why they didn't do it. But I just think as long as it's on the pivot, it looks a little more uniform, a little more, okay, that's why that hole is there, I understand, kind of thing. And plus it's such a small knife that when I pull it out of my pocket, I'm usually going to rotate it. Whereas if it's tipped down, I'm grabbing it like this, and I usually have to anyways get my whole hand on it before I even open it, out of fear that I'm going to lose it. Because if you do it this way, so low, you don't have a lot to grab onto. I mean, it's really a fantastic knife. I have not yet added a sharpening choil to it, but I will compare it to a few knives. Here is the Spyderco Persistence, and here is a more classical knife, the Kershaw Leek. So yeah, it's a tiny knife. I mean, it's not very big, but it's definitely going to pack a punch. And to be honest, this is really all I really use in a day. This is the size knife that really all of us really need. It's not like we need these 4-inch, 3.5 or 3-inch folders all the time. This is really all we need in a day. 85% of us are really doing very medium tasks. I could probably peel an apple with this, probably slice up an apple if I had to. The blade is long enough to get into the center to do some relative good slicing. There's enough, if you can see the shadow there, there's enough belly on this that I could do some mild cutting or chops. I'm not going to be using this in the kitchen for any chopping tasks, but it has enough blade there to do a lot of stuff. So this is the Spyderco Byrd Robin, and I don't really have much that I hate about it. I mean, I think it's a fantastic knife that I think you should pick up for the money. So thank you guys again for checking out my channel and taking a look at this knife with me. And if you enjoyed this review and me talking about it, let me know in the comments. And I have more reviews coming. So I'll talk to you later in the next one. Bye-bye.